2, same case as 3. You have only one outgoing edge, and you have to choose it with the probability of 1. So answer for 2 is also 1. So the number of ways of reaching 4 from 2 is going to be 1, because you don't even have a decision here. So it is essentially the same as the last problem. Now for 1, we get an interesting thing here. You can either choose the edge 1, 2, or choose the edge 1, 4, or choose the edge 1, 3. So assume first that your strategy when you are staying at 1 is to choose the edge 1, 2. So in that case, let's see what is the expected number of moves to reach 4. So you are at 1. Assume you want to choose 1, 2. You will choose that with the probability of p. So in that case, the expected, that is answer of 1 will be equal to p into okay, one second. Will be equal to 1 plus p into answer of 2, because of the probability of, that is, this 1 denotes that you surely have to make a move. So you will surely have this 1 plus p, with the probability of p you will go to 2. So p into answer of 2 plus let q equal to 1 minus p by 2. That is, I am assuming so that I don't need to write 1 minus p by 2 everywhere. So plus, with the probability of q, I can take the edge 1, 4 or 1, 3. Is this clear? So yeah.
Why is that 1?
Yeah?
1 plus. Why do you add 1?
1 plus is because you are surely going to traverse this 1 edge now.
1 edge. 1 move counts as 1 expected. That is what you are adding.
The question is the expected number of edges you need to reach 4.
You don't add this, all answers will be 0.
Yeah, I mean everything will be 0 if you don't add that 1. So 1 plus, so if you choose this edge 1, 2, it will be p into answer of 2, because you have already computed the answer for 2. So it will be p into answer of 2 plus q into answer of 3 plus q into answer of 4. So I will explain again. If you choose the edge 1, 2, you will reach 2 with a probability of p. So first, this explanation for 1 is you will surely have to take 1 edge. That is the explanation for this 1. So it will be 1 plus expected value of some other expected values. So if you choose the edge 1, 2, it will be p into answer of 2. The expected value, the expected number of edges you need to take from 2 to n, p into that, plus q into the expected number of edges you must take, assuming you take, that is assuming you are at 4, that is q into answer 4. Similarly for that, it is q into answer 3. So if I choose the edge 1, 2, this is the recurrence I get. If I choose the edge 1, 4, the recurrence I will be getting is, okay, can anyone tell the recurrence? If I choose the edge 1, 4.
1 plus p into answer of 4 plus q into answer of 2 plus q into answer of 3.
Yeah. What he says is, if I take the edge 1, 4, with the probability of p I will go to 4, and with the probability of q I will go to 2 and 3. So it will be p into answer of 4 plus q into answer of 2 plus q into answer of 3. What he said is correct. Is this fine? Okay. So with this, so what will the exact value of answer of 1 be equal to? Answer of 1 will be equal to minimum of, or okay, yeah, max. Okay, the question is minimum number of expected edges, right? Okay, so answer of 1 will be equal to minimum of choosing the edge 1 to 2, comma choosing the edge 1 to 3, comma choosing the edge 1 to 4. So we have 3 values here, each denoting 1 plus p into whatever this total thing. So we have basically 3 values here. The answer of 1 is just the minimum of the 3 values, because all these 3 values represents a choice for you and you have the control to do the choice. So it will just be the minimum of the 3 choices that you can make, the expected value of the 3 choices you can make. Is it clear?
Is the probability P given to us or?
Yeah, input is the graph and P.
The P for each vertex?
No, assume there is only one P.
Okay.
You can have a P for each vertex, but let's not complicate that. Assume there is only one P. Is it okay? So, do every one of you know a solution now? The solution is just answer of I equal to for min over all j such that there's an edge I to j, choosing this edge I to j, and this choosing this edge I to j will again be a recurrence like this.
But if there are many vertices,
Yeah.
The code will be highly complicated. The number of iterations you will have to make for
Yeah, what is the complexity?
degree square.
Huh?
Summation of degree square as of now.
Degree square.
Degree of each vertex. Square.
You don't need to, you just go the sum of all the answers, outgoing edges, and then you need the student degree.
How can you store that sum?
Like find answer 1, answer 2.
I mean, you don't exactly need a sum, right? You need a
Yeah, and then you do answer sigma, total sigma minus answer 1 into
1 second.
all the sum of answers of nodes from which you have the edges. To calculate that, you just need to do the total sum minus, say you're choosing the edge 1 to 4, minus the answer of 4 into q.
How will you update? I mean, how will you? Yeah, given the sum of all the outgoing edges, what you're telling is okay. But how will you update it?
Why will I need to update? I mean, it's a tag, right? So I'll be updating so I don't need to update.
No, you need to know what are all the edges incident on J, right? To update it.
Oh, okay, fine. Actually, I instead of that, I can consider what all edges are going out from a node. So that way it's easier.
How will you okay, see, for you are assuming you need the sum answer of 2 plus answer of 3 plus answer of 4, correct? How that means when you are at 3, you must update the answer of 1. Is it right or not?
Why would, no, I would not want to do that. I will just update the answer of 3 and that's it.
Correct. So what he is telling is each recurrence is just of the form p into, say, just take this p into answer of 2 plus q into answer of 3 plus q into answer of 4 plus it will just be all these coefficients will be q, it will just have 1 p, correct? Even if it has many edges, say, all these only one of them will have p, that is which you are going to choose, all the other edges will have q. So what he is telling is, assume you have answer of 2, you have the value of answer of 2 plus answer of 3 plus answer of 4. Can you compute this value in order 1? Instead of for this value, if you naively implement it, you have to go to each edge, right? You have to do p into answer of 2 plus q into answer of 3 plus q into answer of 4 plus so on. Assume there are, say, n edges out of this. You will need to make n comparisons, I mean n computations, which will take order n. So his idea is to reduce this order n to order 1. How he is doing that is, first when you are at 1, you have already computed this answer for 2, 3 and 4. So when you are at 1, first compute the cumulative sum answer of 2 plus answer of 3 plus answer of 4. Okay? Multiply this by q. So it will be q into answer of 2 plus answer of 3 plus answer of 4. So for each of the values, except this term including P, you have the sum of all other terms. And for the term including P, you have it as Q instead of P. So, suppose now I want to compute this choosing of 1, 2 part. All I'll have to do is assume this sum is, this value is S, which is equal to Q into this plus this plus this. I'll only need S plus P minus Q into answer of 2. Correct? If I do S plus P minus Q into answer of 2, I'll get this equation. For 3, it will be S plus P minus Q into answer of 3 and so on. So instead of doing an order n computation here, you just need an order 1 computation. So from each node, you initially need a order n to compute this sum multiplied by Q, and then for each of the choices you have, just apply S plus P minus Q into answer of 2, answer of the choice. So yeah, this is a proper method, but there is a much simpler solution. Can anyone tell that? The same complexity, but you don't need so many things.
Just compare P minus Q to answer of 2.
Okay.
Find sum and all. Just compare P minus Q into the answer of the vertex.
Okay. Yeah, that, so you will know which is the minimum choice and then you compute the value of the choice. Yeah, that is true. What he is telling is, see, all of the choices are of the form S plus P minus Q into answer of 2. And you are taking minimum over all these choices. Correct? So, this S is anyway a constant in all these choices. So, it will essentially be equal to minimum over P minus Q into answer phi. In which case, so you will know the minimum and only compute this value for that minimum. True. So, you are completely done away with this choosing the S part. But still, P is greater than 0.5. So, can you think of a solution?
To get the one which has minimum answer of J and assign
I mean, since P is greater than 0.5, our intuitive way of understanding is, if you choose an edge, you have the highest probability of going to that edge. So, among all these nodes, among all the reaching points, which reaching point will you, that is, which of these edges will you choose? The one with the minimum expected value from there. Is the argument clear? Okay, I'll repeat it. You are at a given node. You know the expected values for all the nodes, for all these nodes already. So, you know that with the probability of greater than 0.5, you will reach those nodes, reach the node that you choose. So, just pick the minimum of all these expected all these values and go to that place.
Why did it be greater than 0.5?
Huh?
Condition P greater than 0.5.
Otherwise, say if we have a node 1, 2 and 3, if P is say 0.25, the direction you choose has a probability of going only 0.25 and the other edge has 0.75, so you will choose the maximum instead of minimum. Yeah, I mean, just to, I don't want to complicate it. Anyway, this method will work, this will work independent of whether P is greater than 0.5 or not, because anyway you will have a minus sign here for P minus Q. Everyone understood it? Okay, I'll repeat that again. I gave the condition P is greater than 0.5. He is asking why I gave that. That is because in my solution, the solution I wanted to tell, I wanted to pick the minimum expected values of all these nodes. So, but that minimum will hold only if P is greater than 0.5, because say if P is 0.25 and a node has only 2 edges out of it, then this will have a, say this has a lesser expected value than this, then the probability of going here will be 0.25 and the probability of going here will be 0.75, in which case you will choose the node with the maximum expected value as the edge you want to go rather than the minimum. But that will anyway be handled in this case because P minus Q will be negative in this case.